Hey guys, Ron here. So I was testing out some of these machines and I started playing and doing some gaming. It's been a while since I did some gaming. I ended up getting hooked into this. But I loaded up a horror game. It's really good, Layers of Fear. And it's so good I got a special guest who knows about fear and horror games, and she'll be my special guest. She's going to lecture us on the reason people get scared and how the brain works and the theory behind all that. So in a minute we'll have our special guest. His name is Faith. And she's pretty real when it comes to this kind of stuff. There you go. So anyway, I'm going to load Layers of Fear. Check it out. And get it started, and then we're going to get our expert here and learn something. Which for me would be a miracle. A little battery change interruption there. Hopefully you guys can still see all this. But by the way, see how quick this machine is? This is the in the Fantex case, the Ryzen 5. I only got 8 gigs of memory in there right now because I'm short of memory. I'm having a really good controller set up, so I'm doing this the hard way. Keep closing it slow. Anyway, with no further ado, as everybody says ado, here's Faith.
Hey yo, what's up? My name is Faith, and I don't think you can tell, but it's nighttime, because I thought it would be a good idea to shoot my scary things video at night. It would be atmospheric and awesome, but I think it just made my camera quality worse, and now I'm scared. Alright, Why is she shooting at night, you might ask? And I'll tell you, horror games. That's why. I love these things. Seriously, I've been playing since I was a kid and getting more and more dysfunctionally wary of mirrors and dark rooms since like 5th grade. So I wanted to talk about what makes a good one. The super cool thing about horror is that it preys on certain conditions that, due to both social and evolutionary conditioning, scare us. Like, is that not the coolest shit? But like, no part of evolutionary development formed to, escape from ghosts or say, oh hell nah, to foggy towns, like the one I live in, or giant man-sized tunnels that might appear in your bathroom one day. The reason you don't go in that did not come from that happening throughout our evolutionary history. So I want to talk a little bit about why these outrageous things and ridiculous situations scare us so much. So the two things I feel make a great horror game are how well they utilize fear conditioning and instinctual fears and fear response. Now you might be wondering, okay, what is she talking about? And to put it a little differently, I mean how we respond psychologically and physiologically, respectively, to horror stimuli. So to break this down, I'm going to use my favorite horror series of all time, the Fatal Frame games. They're amazing. 2 is one of the best. Start with 2. They're non-linear, but interconnected. So start with 2. It's short, it's amazing. They just remade it and the graphics are fabulous. It's like a couple hour playthrough game. It's awesome. So yes, fear conditioning and instinctual fear. The easiest way, I'm just going to give you some examples. We're conditioned to fear the supernatural. That's scary. We instinctually fear harm. Good old bad stuff. We are conditioned to fear death. The end of our timeline. We think about it, it's a thing. And it's a thing that we're taught. We instinctually fear things with sharp teeth and claws, or darkened surroundings, which don't allow us really to perceive threats until they're all up in your grill, and then you're fucked, So in the end, you get monsters that look like this, and surroundings that look like this, that are crafted by pulling together tons of these elements. Creepy things. Oh, also, almost forgot. One of the most important elements of horror is unreality. For instance, people being shown, real life footage of torture or murder or something horrible and gruesome can rarely watch it for more than a few minutes and are not comfortable in doing so. So with horror, on the other hand, all the Saw movies, there's the immediate understanding that all of that is staged and crafted. No one is being harmed, and you don't have to worry about it because it's out there. It's way out there. But with good horror, regardless of how out there it is, there should be the persistent feeling that maybe this isn't so implausible as I first thought. And that is where you get scared. Alrighty dighty. The next part is fear response. Because if you just went to something and were emotionally distressed the entire time, that wouldn't really be fun. So the cool thing about the interactive element of games is that it provides a second level on which to fear harm. Primarily, you might be a little creeped out by the usage of certain sounds or visuals. It's all up here. But then you have the added stressor of tasks. And then of trying to accomplish said tasks without your virtual extension suffering any harm, and without you suffering any harm, which, let's be honest, if the game is good, you worry about. So, add in ghosts, a barely effective fight system, in some cases the inability to run. That's always fun. And a completely survival inconducive environment, and you may as well just say fuck it. Anyway, while we're stressing our minds out, our bodies are going pretty whack too. So, say one of these bad boys comes out at you in the middle of nowhere, you had no idea it's going to happen, everything seems normal. Classic jump scare. So, how that works. A signal travels from the amygdala, which is kind of back here, right at the base, which fires a chemical called glutamate into two other regions of the brain. The first makes us freeze or jump involuntarily. Part 2. The second one of those signals is sent to the hypothalamus, which triggers our autonomic nervous system, fight or flight instinct. This elevates your heart rate and blood pressure and pumps adrenaline throughout your body, and that's that rush you get when you feel scared. You know the one. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God! That one. But remember that element of unreality? 'Cause your brain does. And thankfully our bodies have a quick way of reversing the fear response once our bodies realize, oh, wait, y'all. Good, that's the fake shit. The parasympathetic nervous system reverses the flood of adrenaline, lowering everything back down to normal. So, you're good. So in the end, you finally get your task completed, and like with any normal game, your big hell yeah at the end of your whatever is proportional kind of like to however difficult it was to do or how many times you died trying. I'm looking at you, Demic's first playthrough. At the end of these, though, oh my God, my cat just jumped on the couch and I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I panicked. At the end of these, though, you've got like twice that, because you didn't just finish the thing, but oh my God, I am still alive. And that is not just in reference to your character. So there you have it. All the scary things. And in my experience, the games that best utilize all the scary things make for the best horror games. Series like this guy I've been using the whole time, the Fatal Frames. And then games like Siren and Outlast and some of the later Silent Hill games. Shattered Memories. That's a good one. They all really solidly exploit these things, and combined with a good storyline, you've got an unbeatable combo there. So, if you're looking for a real banger of a Halloween freakout fest, you might want to pick up like 1 or 5 of those guys that I just mentioned, since a few of them are series. So yeah, that's all I've got. So until next time, folks online, get your freak on, play some scary games, and wish me luck tonight, because I don't think I'm going to be okay.
Hey guys, Ron here. So that's my local expert. I forgot to mention, it's my youngest daughter, Faith, and she has a channel called You've Got Faith. She hasn't used it in a few years, but if you get a chance, go check it out. She's got some good ideas. Anyway, this is the place today. I got a guy coming over later on to. He's trading in an old FX 6300 and a motherboard, gigabyte. I can't remember. 930 whatever, and so 16 gigs of RAM. And he's buying an i7 and a motherboard, and I got to set them up. So that's what we got today. And thanks for checking in. Hope you like this. I'm going to do more gaming stuff because I love games. I just haven't had time to do any of that. So now I got time. Alright guys. Ciao for now.